Hi friends, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel today. It is great to have you here, and I hope that you're doing well. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, and today's video is titled Communication Skills. Communication is a very broad subject in terms of the different skills that you can learn. So this short slideshow is not all exhaustive. It is only some communication skills that I compiled into a presentation to share with the public who may be interested in becoming better communicators, because communication is indeed a very important life skill, not only for professional life, but also for personal life, to be understood. Now, one reason that inspired me to share about this topic was I have always considered myself not good at communication. In other words, I considered communication one of my weaknesses. And the reason for that was because I was so incredibly misunderstood so much throughout my whole life. I just thought communication was like the worst thing of all my weaknesses. However, I'm laughing because it's funny, because when I'm in school, I get handed all these like awards and stuff, and one of them, as you can see here, is for communication. And the thing is, what surprises me about these things, these badges and awards or whatever that I get from my school, is that I don't seek them out. I don't apply for them or anything like that. They're just handed to me. And so I was so surprised when they gave me a badge for communication. Like, what? Why did you choose me for this? Why do you think I am so good at communication that you would give me this to put on my resume and stuff as a strength? I honestly don't know, but there must be a reason, okay? So let's get into it. I'm going to go over 7 different communication skills, and if you look up the term communication skills on Google, one thing you can find on that list of results is the 7 C's of communication, which are different from the 7 communication skills I'm sharing here. These skills I'm sharing here are ones that I got from my school. Okay. I do not have a degree in communication. I just have an award badge from my school, like I showed you. But I do agree that good communication is a very important life skill, for sure. Anyway, there's different types of communication: oral, speaking, like I'm doing here now. There's also written communication. There's also visual, communicating through pictures. Maybe a movie or something, I don't know, would fall into that category, etc., etc. Presentations like this video. All right. There's also body language. That's a form of communication. So, starting with the first one. For each one I'm going to give you my personal, off the top of my head, summary explanation. And then I'm going to dive into the Google results that I copied and pasted to give credit where credit is due, not plagiarize or anything like that. I just looked up each one and jotted down the results that I'm sharing here. So, active listening is repeating what the person said to you back to them to confirm with them, yes or no, that you understand what they said. Here's an example. Someone comes up to you and says, "Oh man, my stomach hurts really bad and I just ate lunch at Taco Bell." And so active listening would be me saying to that person, "You think that eating Taco Bell made you sick?" And the person would reply, "Yes," or "No." That is gaining confirmation of understanding, which is active listening. Repeat what the person said back to them to confirm understanding. Google describes active listening as the process of fully focusing on, understanding, and retaining what another person is saying, rather than just hearing their words. It involves paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues, acknowledging the speaker with verbal and nonverbal responses, asking clarifying questions, and summarizing to confirm understanding. The goal is to demonstrate genuine interest, build rapport, show that the message is received, as well as build a connection with the speaker. Rapport, same thing. Okay, moving on. Empathy. So I would describe empathy as understanding people on an emotional, feeling, energetic level. The unspoken. And Google describes empathy as a noun, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, quote unquote, from Oxford Languages Dictionary. Okay, moving on to emotional intelligence. The way I would describe it in my own words is being objective rather than subjective, which means being more logical than emotional, being an observer rather than getting too wrapped up in things that aren't clear cut. So, Google describes emotional intelligence as the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, as well as being able to understand and influence the emotions of others. It involves being aware that emotions drive behaviors and impact people either positively or negatively. Okay. Moving on. The next one for communication skills is open body language. For good communication skills. Because no matter how good you are as a speaker, your body language can confuse people if it's not aligned. So, closed off body language would be like standing with your hands across your shoulders. It means you're unapproachable and you're closed off. That's just one example. So, Google describes open body language involving postures and gestures like an uncrossed stance, uncrossed arms, eye contact, and an open torso area, which signals receptiveness, trustworthiness, and a willingness to engage with others. Examples include facing the person, an upright posture, appropriate eye contact, a genuine smile, relaxed shoulders, and open palms. This nonverbal communication conveys a positive attitude, confidence, and interest in a conversation or an interaction. Okay, the next one we have is clarity. I would describe clarity as understanding. No confusion involved. Okay. Google says to have clarity means to possess a state of being easily understood. A clear understanding of a subject or the ability to think, see, or hear distinctly. It is often described as a fog lifting from the mind, allowing to gain a precise, orderly mental grasp of something. Whether it's a concept, a situation, or one's own identity and purpose in life, it could mean gaining a clear and detailed mental grasp of something that was previously confusing or uncertain. Expressing ideas or explanations in a way that is well explained and easy for others to comprehend. Being able to think, focus, and make decisions without feeling overwhelmed or distracted by confusing thoughts. Having a clear sense of your goals, purpose, or direction. Allowing you to move forward with confidence. Or seeing or hearing things with precision, much like having clear water or a pure sound. No static. In essence, to have clarity is to have something clearly defined, whether it's in thought, communication, or perception, leading to a better understanding and informed decision-making. Last but not least, courtesy. I would describe courtesy as thinking of others and being nice. Google says courtesy is, in essence, politeness and thoughtfulness. Your message should be polite, friendly, professional, open, and honest. Think about your message from the recipient's point of view, and you are empathetic towards their needs. Confidence has 3 definitions according to Google. Number 1, the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something, firm trust. We had every confidence in the staff. Number 2, the state of feeling certain about the truth of something. It's not possible to say with confidence how much the increase in sea levels is due to melting glaciers. Number 3, a feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. An example would be, she is brimming with confidence. Okay, so that's good to have as a public speaker. I watched a video the other day of an art museum giving an academic lecture, and the people who were standing on the stage giving the introductions and even the lectures were so nervous energy. It was like, what's going on here? I couldn't even watch the video. I turned it off because their nervous energy was so bad. It's the opposite of confidence. Even if they were confident, their body language, their nervous energy was so consistent and so strong. I had to turn it off because they didn't display confidence. Anyways, I share that because of, how important I agree that it is. So, final thoughts here in conclusion at 14 minutes. Thanks for sticking with me thus far. These are just random notes I'm including on the slides. So, active listening summarized would be to repeat what the person said back to them to confirm understanding. These are all very important, okay? So, definitely practice doing that, and you will immediately see. Everyone will see you as a better communicator, and you will feel better and more proud about yourself in the area of communication, which is, again, a life skill. So, err on the side of over-communicating instead of under-communicating. to make sure everyone's on the same page. Now, my personal thoughts about this, you can actually, from my experience, if you say too much, more than necessary, you can confuse people. So it's really important to be concise. But, there's two sides to every coin, and paradoxes exist. Two opposite things can be correct at the same time. So I'm just passing on the notes that I put together from my education here that say again, err on the side of over communicating instead of under, to make sure everyone is on the same page. Maybe that could include repetition. Maybe that's what they mean by over communicating. I'm not sure exactly, but moving on. For clarity, say what you mean and mean what you say. Be concise, get to the point. For courtesy, be mindful of your audience, consider their needs and wants and communication preferences, and adjust accordingly. That's definitely courteous. And the last one would fall under confidence. Be proactive and summarize your points. So, I guess the reason I emphasized the word proactive, if you don't say anything, most people are not mind readers. You have to speak up. It's extremely irritating for me to try to figure out what someone is thinking or anything like that when they refuse to say a word. Okay, that's what being proactive means. It means action steps. Express yourself. Summarizing here, the communication skills I explained in this slideshow are active listening, empathy, emotional intelligence, open body language, clarify or clarity, courtesy, be nice, be kind, be polite, and confidence. Don't stutter with every single word that you say. That's basically confidence. Don't say things like that will convey to people that you're not sure of what you're saying, like, I don't know, or whatever like that, doubtful type of vocabulary. So here's a list of the summary of the points. I hope this was able to help you. And again, I want to express my gratitude for your attention. Have a great day.